guys.
Hiya.
How are we all? Hey, Jackie. Hey, Sarah. Still walking? I hope you've stopped since last week. At least for a quick rest. How's things, Jackie? You're Northampton, aren't you?
Correct, yes. Things are
Yeah.
good. We had a bit of snow and sleet the other day, but that didn't last very long.
Oh, well, it's got cold again, hasn't it?
Just gone cold again, yes. We
Mm.
seem to be clashing with a few of the Go High Level sessions. That's second time tonight this year already.
You know?
Might want to think about if we can change from 5 o'clock. I'm watching two live. I'm watching a live at the same time as talking to you.
Is it interesting?
Well, I don't know. It hasn't started yet. It's conversions into clients with high level AI.
Okay, because High
Um,
Level has so many events. I actually don't
hmm.
have that one in my high level events.
It's somebody called Michael. I've forgotten what his name is. Michael, where is he gone? Meet your host. I've lost him.
Reimer?
Um,
Michael Reamer.
yes,
Reimer,
him.
yeah.
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 Um, is he any
Yeah.
good?
He knows his AI, yeah. He's probably the GHL standard for knowing about AI and things like that. So
Well, he's
it's
going
but
live on Facebook in 20 seconds.
the good thing is they record them all too.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's
And
okay.
I think
He can sit on.
I am much better looking than Michael, and I'm
Oh,
quite happy to go on the record saying that.
absolutely, absolutely.
I'm just kidding. I'm just letting all the Loom note takers in and all of that sort of thing. All the messages that are coming through. Um, Yeah, it's hard to get them because sometimes high level change their events around as well. So without staying up till midnight to do it, I just get rid of all the messages and all of that sort of thing. How is everyone today? That's good. I've got a question for the general public. I need your advice today. So I'm a avid Zoom user. I've used Zoom all of my life. I like how Zoom works. I like everything about Zoom. And the Extendly team are trying to convince me to change over to Google Meet because we get upgrades in Google things and stuff like that. Has anybody got an opinion on Zoom or Google Meet, or should I go to the dark side and try Google Meet? Or
Prefer Zoom.
I prefer Zoom.
I'm a
I
Zoom
find
girl.
I find most people I speak to prefer Zoom as well. It's easier to get around. People know the interface a lot more. I used to find on Google Meet, I'd say, now if you just go down and press that little button down there, you'll be able to share your screen or whatever it may be.
The
So
biggest feedback I can give. So I have to keep a Zoom account for, well, obvious reasons. I mean, everybody and their mother uses Zoom accounts, so I have to be able to log into Zoom. But the biggest downfall of my VA team, we exclusively use Meet for all our onboarding sessions and one-to-ones,
yeah,
things like that. We've never had a complaint.
yeah,
However, they are not having to show anybody how to do something on their screen.
yeah,
There is no way to control, and
mm,
there's no way to mark up on the screen. So,
Are,
yeah,
how sometimes you get in and you're circling, click here.
yeah.
Can't do that on Google Meet.
are,
That's
are they
otherwise I
recordable?
would that yes, they do record. You can let note takers in. It'll transcribe right into Google Drive. There's a lot of benefits to Google Meet. Don't get me wrong. Um, that's the one thing that keeps me on Zoom is being able to annotate the screen.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, depending on who you're talking with, you might really need that, or you might I tell you what, just let your mouse down, and I will just take control. So, yeah, those are the two those are the two hiccups on the meat side.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I find I just got used to Zoom and I love my Fathom recording. My Fathom recording is in Fathom at 30 seconds after I finish a meeting, I can get a full transcript.
well, you
Um,
can do that in Meet as well. Fathom
in
will
Meet
go
as
into
well.
Meet, yeah. So any recorder will go into Meet.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's a little different, but we haven't, I mean, we've been running Meet on that side for 2 years now and haven't had a single complaint
yeah,
or had any problems with people joining. And what I've also done is on a lot of my calendars, I've switched it to multi-location.
Yeah.
So they can pick Zoom or Meet,
Yeah.
whichever they prefer, and it's about a 50-50 split.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. You would probably think that majority of people would pick Zoom. That just hasn't been my experience,
Yeah.
and I'm
I'm,
meeting with agencies all day. So,
yeah. Yeah. I'm just
um,
being old-fashioned, don't
well, I
I?
mean, it's just, half a dozen one the other.
Yeah.
Uh, people. It comes down to, I think, people may not prefer it, but they'll use it.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose, yeah, as long as they're getting on a meeting, where they're happy and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, so Frederick likes me because of how it integrates. And Frederick, that's exactly why I think the Extendly team want to put me on Meet, because it integrates with Gemini and Workspace and all of the Google tools that are out there now. And is there a big advantage to that, Frederick, that you know of, that you can talk me into it, sell it to me?
Yeah, exactly. How it integrates, especially with Workspace, especially.
Yeah,
I use Workspace quite a bit, and everyone knows how it integrates with Gemini. You can actually speak to Gemini through your interface and microphone, and it'll do updates right into the platform. If anyone has ever used, for example, their public email address with Gmail, or use their what's it called, Docs, or the spreadsheet in there.
yeah,
It's You can just speak it into those products, and then of course you can download it right into your drive.
yeah,
I mean, it's just, if if you like talking on the microphone instead of typing,
yeah,
that's the way to go.
yeah. It's
It's just seamless.
yeah. And that's the Google Suite thing, style of things, isn't it? I suppose. It's all designed to tie in with each other and keep you on, like, Apple, iPhone, and Android. I suppose it is. I'm an Apple person, and I always have been, and I always will be.
Right,
um,
right.
But yeah, the Google, I think I might have to give it a go, because we're still going to use Zoom for these meetings and our webinars and all of that sort of thing. So I still need to access Zoom. But I might give Google Meet for my calls and all of that sort of thing with clients a go, and see how it all ties
You
in
know what
together.
you know what I'm having a problem with Zoom right now? Is every time I go into a Zoom call, it seems to want to download the executable all the time. And then I got to go back to my downloads, and then delete the executable all the time. So I don't know if it's something that's going on with me or not, but every time I go into any type of Zoom call, whether it be here or anywhere, I have to download the client all over again. I mean, it does it seamless. I mean, as soon as you click on join Zoom, you can just
Mm.
see the download going up into the interface. But anyways, getting back to the Google Meets and all that, and Gemini and Workspace. Yeah, you can just talk into your spreadsheets. You can talk into your Google Docs. It's just, I can't get away from it. I
Yeah,
like it a lot. That's all I
fantastic.
got. That's
That's good. Maybe a question for you. Angela just asked, how long are the meetings for on Google Meet? Have they got the 40-minute limit that Zoom Free has, or are they unlimited, or what do they do
well,
there on Google Meet?
I haven't ran into any type of timestamp on them. I can't
Yeah,
remember them, a hard stop at all on 'em.
yeah. Go to
I believe
Yeah,
you just set it up for your time that you already have scheduled on your meeting between A and B, and it just stays there until the meeting's over.
so on a free Google account, like a Gmail account, you can do a 24-hour meeting. Multi-participant, you can do so three or more. You can do, I think it's 1 hour on a free. Um, and then uh, the maximum recording length is 8 hours on a paid workspace account.
So it starts off all right, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
way less limitations.
yeah. And I don't know if anyone's tried it, and what I heard that's coming out on Google Meet, which is a sort of, and I hate this word, game changer, for the support team and things like that, and the onboarding teams with Extendly, is instant translate. So
Yeah.
is it there already, or has? So I could be speaking in English to a person that only speaks Spanish, and it's translating me in real time and translating back.
I haven't actually have tried that, but I have heard that that is there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Charles, have you?
there is voice dubbing available. It's new.
Yeah,
So they've had the transcript just like Zoom does,
yeah,
or the captions.
yeah.
So you have that, but Google did release dubbing. So it'll dub your voice. You can speak in Spanish, but it'll come out English. So
That would be a game. That would be a game changer
it's
for
huge.
extending. Yeah,
It's huge.
I know I've been onto the Spanish speaking market for years to be able to organise their knowledge bases and their supports and all of that sort of thing because everybody's finding it too hard to do. With that Google Translate, can we do support and onboarding in Spanish? Yep. French? Yep. Whatever you want.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine? Can you
right.
imagine how it would work with WhatsApp? That would be ridiculous because as everyone knows, WhatsApp is used quite a bit overseas. I'm in the
Mm,
United States,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
The
yeah.
two things to note is that it will translate between English and French, English and German, English and Italian and Portuguese and Spanish. However, the recording is in the native tongue.
Yeah.
The recording doesn't store the live dubbing.
Yeah. What about the transcript?
I
That'd be
think
an
that would
interesting.
be I think that would be in the original as well.
Yeah, it would be in the
I
original.
know it is on the recording, but I think it is as well on the transcript.
Yeah, fantastic. Jackie, am I
When
ready?
you finished, I've got a question about something totally different.
Let's go to something different. I've bored people with my Google Meets now. I'm going to give it a try.
I have a challenge for you and Charles.
Charles wins.
Well, you don't know what it is yet.
I know.
So
Charles wins.
we've been setting up a self-demoing agent based on the AI one that's set up from the AI employee for a potential client. And when we were testing it, every time I called the number, it cut me off until I started trying it from the mobile. And we realized that it's actually blocking non-displayed phone numbers.
Unknown
How do you
numbers.
get around it? How do you tell it to answer every call rather than just cut it off because it's an unknown number?
I told you, Charles wins.
Because people will ring from
Yeah,
withheld numbers. They'll either block their mobile because they don't want people to know it, or they're ringing from a business line, lunchtime, they don't want you to call back, whatever. How do you, so it's not actually attached to the snapshot, we think. It's somewhere in the settings.
That is a
mm,
high level bug. Um,
Oh,
there's nothing you can do on your side.
do
That
I
is a
raise
high
a
level
ticket?
bug.
Can they fix
Yeah,
it?
well, yes, they can fix it. When they fix it is a
So
different
it's a
discussion.
global, you mean? It's not just a bug
Yeah,
on my one. Okay.
I would assume so. It may just be in your account. I don't. This is the first time I've ever heard of this, um, which leads me to think that it's a unique use case and it's also a bug. Um,
So if I raise a
so
ticket to Extendly, they'll flag it up as they need to for me.
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
would just go into yeah, you can do that or you can just go into the blue question mark and hit submit ticket. Don't go in the live chat because they're not going to be able to help you. Just don't waste your time with that. So just you know, do a Loom recording or whatever you can, document it or explain it just how you did and just create a
Mm.
ticket with high level. It's one of those that's going to sit there. It's not going to be resolved immediately. Hopefully within half a dozen days or so, they'll figure out what's causing that bug.
Okay. Sorry, when
Um,
you said it's not going to be done immediately, I thought you were going to say months then.
I mean, it could take
Yeah.
that long.
Yeah.
I, you know,
But they'll look at it. Okay.
I'm not an engineer at high level, so I
No.
couldn't even begin to tell you
Yeah.
what all that will encompass.
Yeah.
But
Because obviously, from what we do as a business, when I ring out, my number's withheld unless I want somebody to specifically ring me back because I'm ringing out for multiple clients. So my number's withheld, and there are other businesses, certainly in the UK, that don't show their number. I don't know if it's a thing in America, whether you
not
have,
near as prevalent.
yeah.
It was back in the 90s, but that was about it.
Which brings me to Apple call screening. How good is that?
I freaking love it.
I love it as well. I had 3 phone calls today from marketers and Apple. Then Jackie, if you're looking bewildered, if
Are
they're
you
not
on
in my
about where they're leaving a message and you can hear who it is, so you can then decide to jump in halfway through
yeah
the call?
yeah
That freaked me out.
voice
That freaked me out
qualifies
when the
them. Yeah.
customer did that on me halfway through the call.
How was it from your end? Because I love it. So once they're a
Hated it.
contact in my phone, that's fine. But if they're not going to,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm midway through leaving a voicemail for them, and they
yeah.
suddenly start talking to me. It's like, have you listened to the voicemail then? No. What do you mean? What you on about? Well, I'm listening to you live. I decided to talk to you. I was like,
I don't get anything live. I get a
Yeah.
a text saying, it's Andy from the accountancy
okay.
firm or whatever it may
Well,
be.
is it a live text though? Is it live chat type thing? Because they
Yep.
literally started talking to me midway through me leaving this message.
Mm,
Yep.
yeah.
You can see it as you can see everything they're saying as they are talking.
Mm.
So I can
That's
sit
Freaky.
there and read what you're saying, like, yep, nope, not answering that.
mm.
You know,
And that's got
yeah.
to have a huge effect on businesses like you, doesn't it, Jackie? It's because that's your job is calling out to people.
Well, no, we're inbound, so
Oh,
from the only type of outbounds we do are follow-up calls, or somebody has sent an email inquiry, we then phone it back, but we don't sell as such. We're not telemarketing outbound.
yeah,
So from my point of view, no, that shouldn't impact us too much.
yeah,
But it's interesting if that's coming, if that's there on Apple. I'm guessing Apple, Android are going to start looking at that soon as well. Then,
yeah. You would
Well,
think
and
so.
here's the thing that I would recommend if any of you run into clients that feel like this is hitting a roadblock for them, this new iOS update, and because oftentimes, like I have if you're not in my contacts, I'm not getting the phone call. And it's very unlikely that I will even see anything on my phone. So if you have clients that are experiencing this issue and it's becoming a roadblock for them, the best way to solve for this is to work into their process where they're sending an SMS that has the contact information, including the phone number, as well as a VCF file.
sorry, what file?
A VCF. V is in Victor, C is in Charlie, F is in Frank. A
Allows you to add them
VCF
as a
is
contact.
so it
Yeah,
just
no, I know
pops
what
up
that.
in your
Yeah,
messages and you just click it. It opens up your contact panel and you click add. You got to try to get added as a contact. If they're running into that problem, just have it, as part of their process when a new lead comes in. Hey, this is ABC Plumbing. We got your request. Just make sure you don't miss our call. Click here to add us as a contact. And that way, because if they call, that customer may never hear their phone ring. They may never see anything on their screen, depending on how it is handled
yeah. A lot
by
of
the
people aren't
AI
listening
and
to
by the
voice. Yeah, a
nobody
lot of
listens
people
to
aren't.
voicemails.
No, not nowadays. I don't know why they bother having it on.
Mm, exactly right. Gaetano,
Yes, thank you. Hi, Stephen.
how are you going, my friend? I saw your question in the chat. Is that the question, is it?
Yeah, that is the question. I know it's a very loaded question, um, but I've never really had. Let's see. I've always had someone else organize things for me in my business. I'm now faced with me having to do it, and I'm actually busier now than I've ever been in the past,
Yep.
possibly because I don't have anybody helping me. So is it Is GHL a good CRM along with calendar features that will help me somewhat get organized at least?
It's perfectly adequate from what I've seen. It will do everything that you're asking for. I use GHL in Extendly on a daily thing, on a daily occurrence. So my calendar's hooked up. I can see my appointments in there. As long as you're using it correctly as well. So I set myself a task as well. So after I get off a call, I add notes and I do all of those sorts of things. And I use the task manager religiously. So at the end of a call, when I know I've got to follow up with this person or this task in a week or a day or a month or whatever it is, and I can repeat that task as well. So I've always got one tab with my task manager, which tells me what I need to do every day, another page with my calendar so I can see what appointments are coming up, and another page with the CRM so I can see the people I'm talking to and having notes and all of that sort of thing. I love the notes section of High Level. Everybody here will see I've got notes on them in our little CRM that I can also share with my team, and my team can read, and you've got internal communication as well. So in my experience, Gaetano, I've used Motion before, which sort of automatically organises tasks and your days. That was a bit of overkill for me. I just needed to know when I was hopping on a call and what I needed to do. So I find GHL to be more than good enough.
I
Is
tend to
this
set a lot
around
of
task?
And at
Well,
least a good starting,
I
at
was
least a
just going
good
to ask,
starting
is this
point.
around task or projects? Because task and calendar appointments are one thing, projects are a completely different animal.
Okay. I think I understand that. I think.
Yeah, if I'm building something out, like if I need to do like daily task, or I need to remember to do this sometime today or this week or whatever, I can set a task and highlight. I totally agree with what he was saying, like task and appointments and everything like that. Yeah, that can all very easily be done in high level. However, you can't really do project management fluidly, and you can do it. Okay, there are ways to kind of pseudo do it, um, but you can't do it fluidly in high level. That it's not a project manager. So if you're needing more like project management style, see where things are at in a certain progress. Like, okay, this is, you know, I'm starting on this project. I've sent it to the client. I'm waiting for the client to accept. It's now finished. It's done. Like if you've got a bunch of different projects that you're working on, I wouldn't try to do that in high level.
do
Um,
it.
Okay.
We're using pipelines though, Charles.
I know people do. I know people
It
do.
works very well for us on that side.
Yeah,
We do a lot of appointments, tasks, and
yeah,
pipeline runs, pretty much the whole everything other than billing for us. So onboarding all
yeah.
of clients, we've got set columns and send documents, receive documents, and all that side.
Yeah,
I
thank
know
you. I think
there's some other outside sources. I know, Charles, you'll know Jason Rule has his project management that plugs into High Level. My friend Rupert Samuel from All the Apps has got one that plugs in as well. If you were looking into the project management, there are ways around it as well.
well, I'm realizing I actually need both. I need a tasking manager of some kind for me. What I hear just in the last 2 weeks, I've literally missed 4 appointments. 3 of them didn't even show up on the calendar, but that's my fault. I somehow I didn't finish the process of, and then one of them I totally missed because I got too busy. I just didn't. My point is, I yes, I need both a tasking and a project. Uh, and uh, yeah, I think you've answered my question. At least it's a decent starting point with GHL. And I think, Charles, I understand what you're saying with regard to, um, I think I understand with regard to a quote unquote a project management tool that's specifically designed for project management. Um, if that's what you're indicating.
Yeah, I put Fizzy in there. Fizzy, I love 37 Signals. They make Basecamp. We use Basecamp for VA
Or basically,
services. But 37 Signals came out with a new product that is free, up to 1,000 tracked task or cards. It's called Fizzy. It is a super simple Kanban board. So if you're not like needing anything extravagant like ClickUp or Asana or Monday, that can be way overkill for a lot of people. Sometimes they just need to visualize it on a Kanban board, which is kind of what Jackie does with the pipelines, opportunity pipelines. This is just specifically built for um, task management. You know, you can use it for task management. You can use it for project management. It's just a Kanban board. It's quick and easy to get things in there, set due dates, move them in different stages, and you can invite other users in there, you know, whatever. Um, so you can check that out. It's free up to 1,000 track task, and after that, it's $20 a month. So, but then on the um, and this is for everyone. I'm going to put a screenshot in the chat. So if you find that you are having problems getting your appointments or you're missing like emails that have appointments in them, I delete every single email that I get that has anything related to an appointment date or invite in it. Because in your Google Calendar settings, there is a setting under event settings that you can add invitations to your calendar from anyone or from everyone. And this way, as soon as the email hits your Gmail or Google account, it automatically gets put on your calendar. It shows it as either accepted or pending. So like all my onboarding calls, I get invited to them as a guest. They automatically go on my calendar to where it's marked as not accepted yet. And so I can see it, but it doesn't block off time or do anything like that. I can accept it, and then my meeting recorder will jump in. So I
okay,
recommend turning that on if you don't
okay.
have it on. Makes your life a hell of a lot easier.
Google
I have a
Calendar set.
recommendation too. What I do for my meetings, you know how they send it in your automation, when it sends reminders to the clients, I have it also send a reminder to myself. So if it says like, oh, I'm going to be calling you in an hour, I get a reminder, don't forget to call this person in an hour. Oh, I'm going to be calling you in 10 minutes. And it has the person's telephone number and their name in the text message. So that way, because life happens, you know, so that way if you're doing something, you're like, oh, okay, I have a call in an hour. Oh, I have a call in 10 minutes. All right, now is the call. And I think those, as well as what everything Charles said, I think that's a good, safeguard rail for you.
You have
Okay,
reminders switched on to your calendar, so it pops up to remind you you've got a meeting starting.
no,
Might
no,
be
I
worth
don't.
switching those on.
Okay, okay.
And, let me know if I'm overreaching, but it seems like you might want to look into a VA just to help you since you are used to having that assistance. Because you don't want, your clients to suffer while you're still trying to build out your infrastructure.
Thank you. And that is a good point. And yes, I thought about it, and I believe that I do need to do it. Sidebar on that with regard to Google Calendar, getting invitations. I notice sometimes I will get an invitation, I'll accept it. It doesn't go into my calendar, but it disappears from my inbox and it goes into my trash. Is that a setting of some kind that I'm missing or have to reset?
Do you run Outlook as well? Because mine tend to go onto the Outlook calendar instead of my Google calendar when I accept an appointment.
I have to, at this point moment, I have to physically save it into my Google Calendar. But I think Charles made the point that I can go into
Change
the
your
calendar
settings.
and change that. Yeah. But has anyone experienced accepting uh, an appointment and it disappears from the inbox, but it doesn't go into the calendar.
Gaetano, do you have do you use Outlook, Google? What do you use as your main email and calendar?
Yeah, well, I use a private email, but I use Google as far as my calendar.
Okay.
But what's your email
The
account?
problem I have with Outlook is that I may see it and accept it, but it may go to a different calendar that isn't in my calendar view.
Oh, I
Because
see.
I
I
have
see.
10, I have 10
Yeah.
potential calendars I can view, and they aren't
Yeah.
all up. Some of them are either dormant or
Hmm.
I only view for certain things. So that might be it. I don't use Google. I have Google Calendar, but what I have to do with every Extendly and almost every Extendly meeting is to put it on my personal Google Calendar so it will sync with my Outlook.
Yeah.
I have no idea why, but that's what it
It's an
takes.
Outlook thing, definitely.
Yeah.
I assume you're using Outlook, Gaetano, for your email account rather than Gmail.
No, yeah, I am not using Outlook. I am using what is known as a private email. It's just another email platform out there.
So it's not Microsoft or Google.
However, I do use Google Workspace, and I agree with Charles. I've been thinking about switching everything over into Google Workspace. There was a time when I did not want to do that. Now, Charles, when you say email, are you referring to Gmail, of course?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you're used to the Outlook client, that's okay. You can still add your Google Workspace account into the Outlook email client. And like if you're just used to that, like I use Apple Mail on my desktop and on my phone, but I check, it checks all my accounts. If you're used to the Outlook interface, that's fine. You can still add your Google Workspace email to that so you can check it there. You don't have to go into
Okay.
the web browser. There are inherent benefits of doing it through the web
Yeah.
browser or through their dedicated app, but
Okay.
um,
Just to
yeah.
clarify, I do not use and never have used Outlook per se. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
how they came up with it.
Well, I'm just, if you're using
okay.
Windows Mail to check your
Oh,
mail, or,
sure.
a lot of people use some form of a desktop application to check their mail.
I get it.
Mozilla
Okay.
Thunderbird, Microsoft Outlook, Windows Mail, Apple Mail, you know,
Yep, I
whatever.
don't do that.
There's a
Yeah,
blue million different email clients out there,
sure.
or
Okay.
interfaces, desktop apps. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I recommend just sticking everything into Google Workspace. It just makes your life a hell of a lot simpler, and you'll probably save money at the
Okay.
same time.
All right.
And Gaetano, I was having similar problems to you, like losing things and all of that sort of stuff. So I actually built an app where I've got all my information goes into this app, and I've built myself a VA that says, "Hey, you haven't contacted this person for 6 days. Why don't you send them a message? You want me to draft them an email? Yes." And it'll type up the email, and I can just send it through GHL. So, but yeah, grab yourself a PA or a VA or something along those lines to help you organise yourself, mate, and keep it all in Google.
Well, that sounds intriguing. I've not didn't know you could do that.
Neither did I until I did it.
Okay. All right. Well,
um,
thank you. You guys
no problem.
gave me some great information. Thank you so much.
And thanks for everyone for the advice for Gaetano. Angela,
How you doing?
good and yourself?
Good. Okay, so I had joined the Chamber of Commerce, and they're doing a National Women's Day event, which is going to be huge. And I've managed to get a booth. The reason why I did that because I'm not good at approaching people, so this way I'm hoping they'll come to me. Okay, so I was wondering if anybody else has done a booth thing and what they suggest I do at the booth.
Oh, have you you
I got
somehow
nothing.
need to gather people's information. A lot of people will say enter a draw or win this, or
Okay.
like we gave at our last Level Up conference, we gave away a cruise, and other people gave away a car just to gather information. because
Okay.
you want to gather as much information as you possibly can of people that are there. Sometimes when you book a booth, they'll give you, for X amount of money, they will actually give you the email list of everybody that's going. I'm not sure if they're doing that for you.
Okay.
But yeah, I would be having an information about what you're doing and how you're doing it, and an introductory offer where they can scan a QR code or something along those lines, enter their information to book an appointment or win something or something along those lines.
Okay.
That would be a very good starting point. You good thing if you've got that and it's all a QR code, you don't even have to talk to them.
Okay. Okay then.
So
Yeah,
Um,
one of the things that I did, Angela, was I had a stand-up banner that was very visible from everyone walking, because sometimes people don't want to stop at the booth. So what we did, we had a stand-up banner with a QR code, and that stand-up banner had, not for this offer, it was for something else, for the water filtration systems that we have. We got people just walking by, and the QR code was big enough that they could scan from farther away. We had more people scanning just walking by than people that came to the booth.
Okay, good to know.
So yeah, and I put it in a way that was like, it was visible for people, just not like all the way on the back, but where I walk into the booth, like right in the front. We did have a giveaway, so it was a giveaway, and people, there's two different QR code, which now I only have one. And when they come into that QR code, they come into a page where it's always gonna be a page that I will be putting information. So it's not like just, let's say for the giveaway, they always gonna go to that giveaway. So what I have is almost like that link tree kind of page, that anytime I have a new offer, it's there. So I don't need to change the QR code ever. So even if people that took a screenshot, that QR code will always work. And then in there, you can put like all your offers in that page. So it's always live, no matter
Right.
what.
Okay, sounds good.
Angela, make sure also you find out what sort of footfall you're going to get, because you need to make sure you've got enough bodies to get the information. The last thing you want is half the people walking past and you're not capturing their information.
Okay,
yeah,
okay, thanks a lot.
great advice. I find a big rope to reel them in really worked well for me
Yeah.
in Dallas, and it was sort of on tune as well. But basically when I was at the last conference I was at, which was the high level conference in October, I think there might have been 60 booths there, and every one of them had a QR code. Every one of them had a pamphlet to take away as well. But Jackie doesn't like the QR codes, but
No, because you're not building the relationships.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
but getting information, it works. I mean, we're known for having a real live genie on our stand walking around, so full genie costume.
Yep.
We've also done a challenge, so people have taken up the challenge to see how many missed calls they're getting. We've called people afterwards for them. There's a program over here, Deal or No Deal, where you've got a red old-fashioned handset that people use, and we mimic that.
Yeah.
So something to get attention, Angela, because everybody's going to have a pop-up banner with a QR code on, and or a bowl of sweets to help yourself. You've just got to make yourself different and stand out.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks a lot. Thanks very much.
No problem at all. Don.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing well, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I've got a couple quick questions today. Hopefully they're quick. I want to share my screen because it'd be the easiest way to ask this question. So I have some different custom menu links, and the thing I don't understand is, you see this item right here. So this is a custom menu link.
Yep.
Okay, that I've positioned it. I've drug the position of it so it shows up here. But the thing is, I've got some other custom menu links. These links down here, and for some reason they show up all the way down here instead of up here. I can't get these custom menu links. They're all positioned in the same location, one right after another. I don't understand why they're not showing up here and why they're all the way down here.
I'd never really. I used the marketer's toolkit. You could put them wherever you wanted to just by clicking a button. Are they all done through the custom menu links in GHL?
Yeah, they're all done over here in my agency view. If I go to settings, and I go to custom menu links, I've got them placed in the order that I want them right here. I use the rearrange order, so I put them in the order that I want them. But for some reason, this first one shows up, and then these other ones are way down below it.
Yeah, they're all coming in accounts and things like that. Charles,
Did
I'll
you
refer this
move?
one to you.
Did you move the one? How did you move the one up to where it is now?
Well, I just went right here to rearrange, and I put them in the order I wanted them in.
Well, no, I'm saying so when you're on the sub account panel, you've got one that is showing further up, and all the rest of them are at the bottom. How did you get the? Did you do this through the customizer?
Well, let's see. Yeah, I guess that could be this customized. So it does allow you to rearrange. Maybe that's where I went wrong.
So go into sidebar.
Yeah, I guess this could be where I did it.
Menu list, yeah.
Menu.
Yep.
Menu,
rename, and orders.
That's the one.
There you go.
I see.
Yeah.
And then you just
okay. I guess that's where. So if I do this on a sub account basis, I can move it around per sub account.
No,
No.
you can't do so. For that, you would have to use the marketers toolkit. If you're okay with this being, well, let me say this. So let's say you have 5 custom menu links, okay, and 4 of them are going to be, let's say 3 of them are going to be universal. Every sub account is going to get 3 of them, but there's 2 that one may be in some sub accounts, the other may be in other sub accounts. What you would want to do is you would arrange them as if they get all 5. Okay? So wherever you want them, if they get all 5. Then in your custom menu settings, you would determine how they get that, or in the SAS configurator, if they get that custom menu link. As long as it's ordered here, this doesn't handle permissions or who sees it and who doesn't. It just handles where it shows up if it shows up. Make sense?
Right. Yeah. I think I do understand. So I guess I don't see. Oh, add custom menu.
Yep.
Okay. I think it has something to do with this. I
You did it in
understand
here
what's going
once because you got the one in the place that you want it. So you did it once. You just got to do it again.
I see. Okay.
So I don't use this. I use the marketer's toolkit.
What is the marketer's toolkit?
Marketer's toolkit is high customizations. You get really granular control. You can tie it to SaaS plans. You can tie it to a number of things. That it's the Ferrari of high level customization.
And what does that cost?
$400 a month.
Yeah, that's not going to happen now. So, but I'll be aware of that. I think this answers my question. I understand what went on there. I'll have to go back in to there.
It's only $300 a month. It's $297.
Okay.
And they do have a yearly package as well. So
Is it what company is it that does
the marketer's toolkit?
That is the name of the company.
That is what he does. That is
Put it in the chat so you can
all
see
he
it.
does.
Okay, great. I appreciate that. All right. Yeah, I think I know where I went wrong there. So my other question is just kind of a general question. maybe for Steven, but what do you think about, you take and you vibe code an app in Lovable and stick it in an iframe inside of HighLevel. You could do whatever kind of app you wanted and make it available in HighLevel by an iframe.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you do that? Have you done that?
I've played around with a few. I haven't stuck it in an iframe in HighLevel. I replaced my personal HighLevel account over the last week. I built everything that I wanted into an app, and it helps me create social media posts and posts that you see in the images that you see in that I put in the Facebook group to get people along to these. It creates all of those. It tracks I built my own membership portal and all of that sort of thing. So basically, if you can imagine it, Don, you can sort of do it. I've also got I call it Sales Mate, and we're trialing it with Extendly at the moment. But basically, it ties into HighLevel. It tracks all of the conversations that come in and out. I've got the personalities of 50 of the top sales coaches around. When a Fathom call comes in, it automatically uploads into the system. It gives me feedback and shows me what my good points were, my bad points were. I can see it as a manager. I can see what everybody else is doing as well. It creates AI. It does a reconnaissance on their website before you're taking a call and gives you tips on what you should talk about. It creates a pitch deck and a proposal based on what you've spoken about on brand and all of that sort of thing. So you can really go down rabbit holes, Don.
So you're saying you built this app in Lovable and then interfaced it to HighLevel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty advanced app.
Yeah, it gets there. I'm just going to share my screen quickly. This is what we call Sales Mate, and this is what I was talking to Gaetano about before. This is my VA that says, "Hey, Jerome hasn't been contacted for a while. Want me to draft a follow up?" I can type, "Yep," and they'll draft a follow up and all of that sort of thing. I can come into prospects. Everybody knows this. Actually, no, it's not a good one. So I'm just going to open up one.
So all of this that I'm seeing here is built in Lovable.
Is built in Lovable. Yep. So from a call, Don, I've got the deal likelihood of 95%, what I did well, what I did wrong, my problem amplification was off, signals, red flags, tips for future calls and all of that sort of thing, reconnaissance on the website and all of that sort of thing. I haven't got any tasks there at the moment, notes and everything like there. I go into pitch decks and proposals. After a call, it creates this that I can send in an email. Oh, presentation not found. I deleted it. So there you go. It doesn't always work. But yeah, so you can just use your imagination
Yeah.
with what you can build. You really can.
Wow. That's a pretty advanced app you've got there. Are you going to sell that at some point?
Yeah, I've got it earmarked to sell at a subscription because I'm absorbing all the API costs and the LLM costs and all of that sort of thing, and it'll tie into your HighLevel account. So when you press send an email via HighLevel or an SMS, it'll send it via HighLevel and all of that sort of thing as well.
Wow, very cool.
Watch
Cool.
this space.
Yeah, very cool, man. All right, well, thanks. I appreciate the help as always, man. Thanks a lot.
No worries.
Okay.
Nick, it wasn't a pitch by any means. It's not ready to go.
No,
At the moment, and the problems with Lovable as well, Don, is I pressed the wrong button somewhere and now it's got me halfway between the cloud and Superbase. So
yeah,
my published one, I can't do any work on it at the moment because it's got two different databases that it's trying to work with. So I'm trying to get that solved as well. So and I've got a whole heap of little bugs that I need to fix. I've got a dozen mates trying it out to make sure it's all working, and away we go.
I see. Well, good luck there. I mean, that's a pretty cool implementation. So awesome. Well, thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem at all, Don.
All right.
Daniel.
Yeah, so quick question. Has anybody dealt with insurance agents and Accord forms? So I've got an insurance agent I'm talking to, and there's certain here in the US, there's certain forms that when they're, because he's an independent agent, they have to fill out specific like I said, they're basically regulated forms that they have to go through. So we're trying to figure out how to, basically do the front end through some funnels so that they could collect all the client data, but then we connect it through an API that goes into it's called an AMS, I guess, that actually fills out the forms. So then he can go and present that to say 4 different insurance companies to get quotes for a client. And I just didn't know. I've been working with Chad on a little bit to figure out the flow, but I was like, well, I thought I'd bring it up if anybody had dealt with anything like that.
I haven't done it, but I know you can do it through the API and webhooks and all of that sort of thing. What best thing about API from a developer's point of view is the strength of the API and the information you can send and receive. So as long as you can sort of translate that through the webhook, then you shouldn't have any problems. Charles, have you done anything with insurance agencies?
No, I haven't. I don't. I like my sanity. I don't do custom builds like that. So, yeah, I mean, API, webhooks, maybe there's something in his platform that he uses, not the Accord form itself, but the platform that does the work with the Accord form. Um, is the platform that he's using, does it also send it out to the insurance providers? Or is it just filling out the form?
Yeah, he actually fills out the form and transfers it. So the AMS, so to be yeah, so you have to be approved to be able to fill these forms out. So it's
Yeah.
not like we could just say, oh, well, we'll just recreate the forms because the insurance companies go, yeah, we're not touching this. It has to go through an approved AMS with these Accord forms. And the problem is, so my background, I spent 25 years on Wall Street. So it's like I'm, leaning towards financial and insurance and that type thing. So, which is a little more litigious, I guess.
So do you know the name of his AMS that he's using?
I don't have the name of the company he's using. I looked it up. There's 4 different companies because it's actually one of my sales reps that called me with with this particular client, and I said, yeah, just send me what he's trying to do and let me research it a little bit. So
Yeah, I would. You're gonna have to find out which AMS he's using.
yeah,
So, and for anybody that doesn't know what the heck an AMS is, it's another fun abbreviation like CRM. Um, CRM, DMS, AMS. There's all these different subsets of platforms. Um, you just need to find out which one and see what they provide on their side as far as integrations.
yeah.
Whether they take
Okay.
webhooks, whether they have an API, maybe they're in Zapier, um, you know, uh, or in Make or N8N. I mean, who knows?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I was just like, well, I'll throw it out there if somebody dealt with it and had a,
Yeah.
an answer, but that's fine. I don't want to beat.
No, I've only dealt with it. I've done it with state regulated forms, and things like that, but not where it had to go through an exclusive portal, or
Right.
system like an AMS.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
All right. Thank you.
One would think if it was regulated, they wouldn't have an API to gather that information, wouldn't they?
well, so like Novi, which is an AMS, they do have an extensive API.
Okay.
And then like a lot of your state regulated forms and things like that, they really don't care who's filling it out or how you're filling it out, as long as it is that exact form, the
Yeah.
version of that form is the current one, and it's filled out correctly. So
Yeah.
it just depends on what you're doing, how far that regulation may go. Like your registration for your vehicle.
Hmm.
They don't care how it gets filled out or who fills it out, computer or human or whatever, as long as it is the right form number and the right version of that form.
Yeah.
That's all they care about.
Yeah.
So
But
just
Daniel,
depends.
I'm quietly confident if you can get it out of the AMS, GoHighLevel will be able to pass it and do what you want with the information.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
No worries. Anybody got anything else? Oh, Gaetano, you're back.
Can I go back to the CRM usage in GHL?
Absolutely.
Quick question. If I'm going to at least start trying that uh, at the task level, uh, do I do it at the agency level or the sub account level?
So
Or
your agency level is to control all the agency things. Your actual agency becomes your first sub account, if you like. So it's
right.
So you would create an account for your agency.
Yes, sir. So it would be so it'd be technically at the sub account level.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, it's only as good, Gaetano. It's only as good as the information you feed it as well. So
Sure.
make sure you hook up your Google calendars, hook up whatever you can, whatever you have. And then it should start working for you. You know, create a task and have a look at your tasks and all of that sort of thing, and it'll get you around.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Frederick.
Kind of a general question here.
You're right, mate.
I'm about to onboard a home services company. This particular company, he's been in business for 14 years. He doesn't have a GMP throughout his professional career. And I've heard specifically Charles mentioning to maybe steer him towards Jobber for I believe it might have been for scheduling his appointments and what have you. But my specific question is what should I look for to offer him for onboarding services? And of course, onboarding is going to be handled through Extendly, of course. But I'm just kind of looking for kind of a lay of the land kind of deal. I should be having him. I'm looking to get him onboarded. Say, what's today? Wednesday. I'm looking to get him onboarded by in a week, actually. And then I have a follow-up question too.
Yeah,
Thanks.
fantastic. Congratulations on getting the customer and all that sort of thing. So, yeah,
Appreciate it.
and that's the extend the onboarding service. I gather he's coming into your CRM. The whole purpose of it is to get all of those integrations hooked up. So make sure his Google Calendar's hooked up, which could be the one source of truth between Jobber and GHL. Connect Stripe, connect Facebook, make all of those connections. And then in the second call, show him how to use the parts of the CRM that you want him to be using. So there is a Jobber integration out there now where you can integrate Jobber into GoHighLevel and they talk to each other and they share the information. But in the onboarding process, you would just be looking that first call, make sure GoHighLevel is set up for him. And then on that second call, show him how to use the features that you've sold him on using in your GHL account.
So that opens up another question. How far does Extendly go with the onboarding? And then where do I actually jump in to sort of speak, fill in the gaps?
Yes,
Because
so
of course I plan on actually being on the live call
yeah,
with Extendly and myself and of course the prospect.
absolutely. So if you consider Extendly to be anything and everything inside GoHighLevel, so any questions to do with GoHighLevel, any onboarding into GoHighLevel, any integrations from within GoHighLevel, consider Extendly to be everything inside GoHighLevel, and things that you would need to take over would be connecting Jobber or things like, or providing support if Jobber connection goes wrong or something along those lines. Does that make sense, Freddie?
Yeah. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So in a nutshell, that's the easiest way to explain it.
So what does Jobber do? I mean, I haven't even done any general, looking up on the internet, like say going to jobber.com or anything.
The biggest thing with Jobber is in service-based industry when they are going to the customer, this is where high level really drops off the face of the earth.
Okay.
There's just no good way to do it because it doesn't account for how long it takes you to get from point A to point B. And so you have to set this like variable that may or may not be good of a buffer in between appointments. And then you have no way of like, let's say it's heating and air. Well, it may be a 30-minute window, but they want a 15-minute buffer because you can take anywhere from 30 to 45, but they also need the next appointment not to book until someone can actually get there. You need to plan routes for the day. If they've got a day worth of appointments, what's the most efficient way of getting around? There's a reason why it annoys you as a customer, but there's a reason why all your service-based customers say, we will be there in this time window. That's one thing that Jobber does really well is the scheduling and the route planning, as well as they do the operational side of the service-based business really well. They don't do the marketing side really well. And that's where high level comes in. The marketing and advertising, database reactivations, because, in Jobber, yes, you can send out an email to everybody on your list, but that's all you can do. In high level, you could send out an email and say, okay, if they didn't open it, let's resend another email. But if they did open it, and haven't booked an appointment yet, let's send them another email that says something slightly different. You can build out a whole really nice campaign for database reactivation, running
Right.
specials, things like that. You can do all that in high level. You can't do that in Jobber. So it's just utilizing the best of both worlds. Jobber is good at what it does. Um, high level is really good at what it does. They don't do the same thing. That they're two different animals. And that's why High Level built the Jobber integration. So that way they can enter the customer in Jobber. It's much easier and quicker to do it in Jobber. Generate an estimate, send an invoice, like all that is super easy from a service-based perspective to do in Jobber. Schedule the appointments, all that. But when that job gets scheduled or that invoice gets done, we want to create a contact in high level so we can put and tag them a certain way so we can use them in marketing campaigns and other things that we're doing on the high level side. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. 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 I'm familiar with that
Yeah.
tech support type of stuff. I was a field tech for many years. And
Yeah.
you're exactly right. You
Yeah.
got to give them a window to get from here to there for the tech to close the call and then so on and so forth.
Jobber is built specifically for service-based industries. That's what it's built for. It's not built as a marketing platform or an advertising platform or your all-in-one tool. It is kind of an all-in-one for service-based, but it really falls off on the marketing and advertising side, and that's high level strongest point is a high level is
Right.
the marketing and advertising side. And
Go
also,
ahead.
Jobber has a phenomenal affiliate program. So if you are going after this and you feel like you can put together a solid program of, hey, sign up for Jobber, sign up for our platform, this is the combined cost, this will get your business fully flushed out. We'll set you up on once you get your Jobber account, and Jobber will onboard them. You don't have to worry about that. Jobber does a damn good job at what they do. It's not white label or anything like that. It's all corporate run. They do a good job making sure that customer gets set up. They have support. They have everything they need. You can use your affiliate link to get them to sign up for Jobber, and then, once you see them sign up, that's when you start the process of getting them also enrolled in high level under you.
So are you saying get them signed up for Jobber first before onboarding or onboard them in GHL extendly and then go to Jobber and
I
take
think
care of
it's going to
that?
be you have to prioritize based on the current situation. It may
Yeah.
fluctuate back and forth depending on that person's situation. If their operations are complete disaster, well, it doesn't matter how good of marketing and advertising you do, they're going to end up canceling you because they can't keep a customer on the other side.
Okay.
So I'd much rather say, look, your business is in disaster mode right now. Let's just get your core operations fixed, and then we can look at marketing and advertising. But honestly, I want to do what's best for you and make sure you're still going to be in business a year from now. So why don't we fix your operations side first? Jobber will help you with all that. You can call me anytime if you have questions, and I'll stay in touch with you. And as things progress and you've got your core systems in place, we can start doing marketing and advertising.
Right, right. And that's the first thing he had brought up when he heard that I was a quote unquote marketing agency. The very first thing he brought up, everybody, was I've tried advertising. And then I had to go into the whole thing, advertising's great, but you're nowhere near ready for advertising with the platform that I'm going to be using. You know, you're going to be starting hit with customers calling you all the time, and this and that, and the third. I'm sure everyone's familiar with that.
Yeah. And this just so this is not uncommon practice. So go back to like 2017, 2018, 2017 and back. Guess what? This is what every agency did. They had their clients sign up for another platform, whether it was HubSpot or, some mail program, Constant Contact or whatever it was. We're all using other platforms that weren't our own, but it was part of a consulting and management package. That was just one of the requirements that they had to do was sign up for an account because that's what that agency leveraged to do that part of it. So this is not out of the norm. This is very normal. Maybe it may feel a little out of the norm being in the high level world, um, but marketing agencies have been doing this for years before there was big white label solutions like high level. So you can package it like a consulting
Yeah.
package. So that way they're paying you, and then you're saying, okay, now we need to get you signed up for this Jobber account. Let's schedule a meeting where we can, jump online and do that for you. And then, that way they're attached to you. They're already paying you.
And so my price was my price was $1,000, and I'm just thinking about this. My price was $1,000 set up and $500 a month for this prospect. So
Well, and what you
so
could do, there's nothing
go
wrong
ahead.
with that. And what you could do, if you know they need to implement Jobber first, give them a coupon for 3 months. Say it's $1,000 set up, $500 a month, but I tell you what, since we need to set up Jobber first, I'm going to go ahead and give you 50% off your first 3 months.
Yeah,
And all that does is
that's
ease
a
the
good idea.
pain and the transition because they're like, okay, now I feel like I can breathe a little bit. I know I need all this, but I can't even use this till I have this other set up. So why would I pay full price for something I'm not even really using at this point? So just offer them a discount for 3 months. You can set it up in your high
Right.
level sub account, create a coupon code that only lasts for three payments. And that way it just automatically after on that fourth payment, it rolls them to the 500. By that time, they should have their core operations set up in Jobber and integrated into their high level account. And now they're full bore go. And they're paying Jobber
Okay.
whatever they pay Jobber.
So
That's
let
how
me
I
let
would
me
approach it.
well, hey, I'm with it. I'm with it, Charles, for sure. So let me kind of repeat it so that I understand. Get them signed up for Jobber first before the GHL extendedly onboarding. Um, Let him know that there is a 50% coupon ready for him with GHL extendedly in my agency. And also also let he may not even know about Jobber, but
Well, and you
but
could say, You can set it up. I mean, you can present it any way that you want. If you want to keep it closer to the vest, just have them sign up for your offer. Hey, this is $1,000 set up, $500 a month. If you need help on the operations side, we have a software partner that we work closely with that can definitely help you streamline your operational side of your business while we're helping you with the marketing and advertising. But it's $1,000 a month and 500 or $1,000 set up, $500 a month. If you choose the option of getting operational help, we do require that you sign up with our partner, Jobber,
Good idea.
but we will give you 3 months discount to help you get started with Jobber.
Good idea.
Keep it close get them to sign up with you first. Get money in your hand.
Right, right.
Otherwise, they may sign up with Jobber and then never come back to you.
Yeah,
That's
let
a
me just
very
throw in
real
there,
reality.
Frederick. I put a link in there for you in the chat because I've used Jobber because I had a contracting business for a while,
Yes.
and Jobber has really stepped up their games.
Yep.
So now they're adding a marketing suite, and they also have Receptionist AI. So you need to fully understand what Jobber offers, because if you have him go down that route looking at it, you need to understand what value you can add, because he may look at it and go, well, wait a minute, what, I can do everything in Jobber you just described. Now he may not be able to, but he won't see that. So just you need to really research Jobber to know what they offer before you throw that out there. So
Just happened to go there now. That's the Jobber Plus plan you mentioned.
yeah, that's the one that goes into it a little more about the Receptionist AI, their marketing suite, and now each of those add on. So I think it's $99 for the Receptionist AI. It's like another 80 for the marketing suite. But when you look at their growth plan, now that's one user, it's like 150 a month. So you start looking at it, and he might look at it and go, well, wait a minute. I can do everything you just described, or at least he thinks you described, for less than $400. So, and then not add on both. So, once again, it's just more understanding, because I think more and more these companies have been very neat, niche specific, like a Jobber that's very well known in the trades industry. And I've used it personally. Walk in, we finish a job, I hit a button, and all of a sudden the client has a text message, with the total invoice. They click it, pay it, you walk out. It's a very slick system. So I'm just saying, you need to know your competition.
And of course, I've come across GHL and extendedly having that specifically that text to pay option too, where you get paid right on the spot as soon as the job is done. I'm not
It's
too.
just it's just not so I'm like Daniel. I've used Jobber personally in a service-based service-based business that I exited. Um, you cannot create as smooth of a operational experience as Jobber has in high level. Can't it's not gonna happen. They have got it nailed down, but that's all they do. That's been their core product for years. They have GPS tracking. I mean, there's a lot of benefits, but to his point, I can confidently go up to a contractor and have this conversation because I'm familiar with Jobber, and I'm gonna talk to them in a way that they're not even going to go explore. They're just gonna go sign up. You need to get yourself to that point, and the only way you're gonna do that is to learn, like he said, learn about your competition, learn what they're doing, how their packages are played out, jump on a call with them. Pretend to be
Good
a
idea. Yeah.
contractor and get on a demo call or a sales call with them and ask them all these questions. And then you have a lot better sense of, okay, now I fully understand where Jobber really excels and where they kind of fall flat.
Where GHL
and
extendedly
and
comes
that's
in.
where high level
Yeah.
excels. So yeah.
So is the integration, and I won't stay here too long and see someone else has got some questions, but what does the is the integration inside of GHL for jobbers, like, is that their full package type of thing? Is that their full thing, or
I'll
is it
put a
just like a link to sign up?
I'll put a I'll put a link to an article in the chat.
Okay. And finally, everyone, I have a call with a what is her name? I'm just kind of looking to see what this call is about. I have a call with a Sharia, and it's titled AI Build Hours with Sharia. Does anyone have any idea of what's going to happen on that call? Because I've had so many calls since I've signed up with the Blueprint package. I don't know who does what anymore. So I'm just kind of looking for insights as to what that call is going to be about. Thank you.
I'll look it up. While I'm looking that up, and 2 6. Fernanda, go for it.
Just a quick question about about Jobber. Is that the same as House Call? Because I haven't seen Jobber before. Have anybody
Similar.
worked with?
Similar.
Is that
These
similar?
are all service based. So like House Call Pro, Jobber, Service Titan. There's a bunch of different ones out there. Um, they all, obviously there's differences between them all. But yeah, I just tend to lean more. I've used Jobber personally, and HighLevel has a integration with it. Um, not a marketplace integration, but their own integration. So that's why I promote it as a solution, because it is a lead connector integration built by HighLevel and Jobber, and I've used Jobber personally. So, but I know they're supposed to be working on a Service Titan integration as well. The HighLevel team is, from what I've heard. So,
Yeah, they have an integration with House Call too. But this was a great question. Thank you so much for asking that. And thank you for explaining that so detailed, because that's my industry too, my niche.
Fantastic. Frederick, to answer your question, your appointment's coming up on the 9th is with Oscar, and that is your white label AI implementation launch call. That's everything in that founders part thing that you purchase on the webinar. That's getting
Yeah.
that going for you, mate.
Okay. So who is Sharia with this AI build hours I got coming up in less than
Oh,
10 minutes?
less than 10 minutes. I do, have you signed up under a different email? I've only got one of you in there, Frederick
Oh,
Clifton.
definitely not. I hope not.
so
I signed up
you,
with Frederick
Fred,
Clifton at Trader Benjamin. Go ahead.
Yeah.
do me a favor. Are you looking at the email right now?
No, I was actually looking at, I could go to the email, but I
Or
was
are
actually
you in
just
your
looking at it
calendar?
on my calendar. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm in
so
my
in your
calendar.
calendar, click the name and see the email that's attached to that name.
Yeah.
Okay, stand by.
And let me know what it says after the at symbol.
Well, let me
'Cause
go to email.
that
Let
name
me,
does not ring a bell.
No.
the meeting location is a Go High Level meeting location, but let me go to the email. Maybe it's in my, I'm sure it's in my email somewhere. So let me
I
look
don't think
this
it's
up real
from
quick.
Extendly.
Yeah, I don't think it's an Extendly meeting, Frederick.
Oh, okay. Let me
Yeah.
take a look here, everybody. I'm going to my email.
I've got to run. You guys take care. Good to see everybody.
Take care, Charles. I've got to run in a moment. We'll just get Frederick sorted out.
I got an email from Jonathan
Okay.
last night, so appreciate that.
Yep. Good deal. Take care, guys.
No,
Thanks, Charles.
Are you there, Frederick?
Yeah.
Did you work out who it's from? If you
Yeah,
go
I'm
to the
here. I'm just checking my email to see if I could find a Sharia. I got a meeting ID. I got a meeting
do you,
ID of seven. Go ahead. What
yeah,
question?
do you see what email address it came from?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking. It's
Yeah.
not on the I don't seem to see it on the actual link in the on my calendar. But my Google Outlook, my Google Calendar. 1 second. I'm trying to find the email. Trying to find it pretty quick here. Not in. It's tomorrow says. I, as far as I can tell, without going too much further into my going too much further into my email, just from the links, it just from the uh, AI build hours with Sharia, Shreeya. And as you mentioned too, I do have that call tomorrow with Andreas and Oscar at 2:30.
Yeah.
But let me look one more time here, then I'll have to, I guess, jump on the call and see actually who it is.
Yeah, I'm searching our internal Slack, and there's no Sharias in the entire Extendly team, and there's 150 of us in the team.
Right. So maybe it's just some type of GHL because the meeting location that that pops up on your calendar,
Mm.
meeting location is GoHighLevel.ZoomUS, so on and
Yes,
so forth.
that is a high level meeting, mate. That's definitely not with Extendly.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay, well,
I
I'll
gotta
tackle
run,
it when we
Fred.
got it.
I gotta
Thanks.
run, Frederick. Enjoy the
Yeah,
meeting, my friend. And Oscar and the guys look forward to meeting you tomorrow as well.
you said that's some sort of build meeting or some such.
That's your white label AI implementation launch call. So that's everything that you've got with Extendly. That's getting the ball rolling there, mate, with the founders offer that you got earlier this month, or late January.
Mhm. Looking forward to it.
Get along to that one, mate. Take care, Frederick. Take care,
Thanks,
guys.
everybody.
Thomas, thanks for joining us, guys. Take care.